2, and go.
Hello, and welcome again. I would like to apologize for the lateness of the stream this week. David and myself were both under the weather, so we're happy to be able to get back to Eberron today. I would like to introduce Benjamin Reed as Ticto Talkkeeper.
Hello.
David as Fodor McNurgle. And Brian Ballard as Edward the Everflame Niven. And I am Joel, your DM. To recap, our trio was pulled off of the lightning rail by operatives of House Thorani who are spying on House Valarin. Edward hopes of an explanation to the importance of the scroll were dashed upon learning the abducting operatives were only stealing in hopes of turning a quick profit. And the only person with knowledge of the true purpose of the scroll currently lies dead in the King's Forest. A brief interrogation and then invitation into a ziggurat scheme by Damask Thran, an entrepreneurial-minded fellow that claims to be an acquisition for House Thorani. Dissatisfied with the lack of cooperation from our party, it was looking like a fight was brewing. Suddenly, in a rare show of bravado and courage, Edward startled the attackers and called the attention of Greymalt Falst, Paladin of the Scales, and Garden Sharn. Intrigued by the party's stories and relieved that it was out of his jurisdiction, told them to go to the Tilted Chalice. The Tilted Chalice Tavern is run by a good-natured orc named Urix, who welcomes the travelers and very pleased that they upset the houses because he dislikes their arrogance. Our trio finds respite for the night. Ticto argues with his familiar. Fodor suspects snake people have infiltrated the region, and Ticto and Edward have a dream of penetrating the darkness. The adventure continues, and I welcome you to join us on our quest to become Nerds of Legend.
Ooh.
The morning arrives, and Fodor, I would like you to make a Constitution check.
Orky dorky. Ooh. 21.
It seems like going to bed with a mouthful of brew and sandwich at the same time have set you in the right way. You had a restful bit of sleep, a little bit of achy bones and stiffness in the morning. That's normal for sleeping in one position and not moving. But all in all, you're feeling pretty good, considering you drank a lot for a person your size. As for Ticto and Edward, you guys wake up and you are unsettled. Your dreams, you had several different dreams, but each one was penetrated by a symbol of growing darkness, a black void that was uncomfortable to even look at. And you guys wake up unsure of what you've seen and unsettled as to what it might mean. You guys descend down and are sitting at breakfast, courtesy of Urtsk, who is bleary-eyed and none too happy to be up at this time of the day, but it's his job and he's okay with it. I suppose you want breakfast, huh?
Yes, it would be much appreciated.
You know, quite honestly, if you hadn't paid so much last night, I'd have forgotten. But he says, coming right up, and he bellows back in a thick, throaty orcish back into and you hear a sound of somebody you did not know was here, and you could see the face of a younger female orc holler back in the same guttural language. You don't really know what it is, but you can kind of guess. Get some coffee going and some eggs, because very shortly thereafter, she comes out with a big plate of bacon, some eggs, and a nice pot of coffee.
This looks lovely. Thank you very much, Urtsk.
Yeah,
I hate to...
my pleasure. Now, if you guys are good, we'll go back to bed. Your bird's in the back. He should be fine. He's with
Battery low.
You're welcome back anytime. And, I'm pretty sure all them snake peoples, if they were here yesterday, they're gone now, so no worries.
How do you know about the snake people? And also, thank you. Thank you,
Charging
Esk, for
battery.
taking care of me bird.
Right. Yeah,
Kind of were talking
We're
about
just
it
gonna
a
let
lot
that one
last
sit.
night. So, what was that all about, Fyodor?
What?
You were talking a lot about snake people yesterday.
I'll be honest, I don't
You actually accused
really
me of being
remember.
one.
I drank as much ale as I have blood in my body, so
Insight?
may have to joke my memory.
roll for an insight. If he's...
That's... I got a 2 flat, so that's gonna be crap. It's a 4. So
All right, well, Fodor,
checks out.
you lying? You're not lying?
I am not lying, so this should be really easy. I'm rolling with, I had like 5 pints of ale and I am 3.5 feet tall.
Alright, that's fair. I'll allow it.
Dwarves do have resistance to poison.
Yeah. He's a gnome.
Oh, that's right.
The fuck did you call me?
Wow, what the hell did you call him?
I'm sorry.
Are
that
you
was out
some kind of
character.
racist that can't tell the difference between a dwarf and a gnome?
Yes, I'm slightly offended at this as well.
You fucking tallies.
God, they're big people.
Edward looks over at the rude gentleman who just called his friend a dwarf and says, "Now see here, he's a gnome."
Deception check. I would like a deception check at, I'm gonna go with probably disadvantage.
Established.
Alright.
Michael.
Yeah, again, apologies.
Do I have to roll a counter check on that?
Huh?
Do I have to roll a counter check on that?
Sure, you guys can both do perception checks to see if you notice that he's trying to play off the fact that he didn't know you were not dwarves.
Well, yeah, okay.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Knowing Brian, he'll be
Not
like,
one.
20 and... Nice.
Oh no. 9.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
8. Almost.
All right, Ticto, you are mollified. You're like, the rudeness of some people. And Fodor's like, hold up. I'm like 20% certain that you were the one that said it.
Sounded a lot like you. I mean, Edward, come on.
I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about. I have an accent. That rude gentleman didn't have one.
I won't kneecap you this time, I promise.
So, what are you guys doing?
Eating breakfast.
well, I don't know about you, but I heard the most...
So what are we doing? After breakfast, you guys sit, people come in and out.
I don't know about you, but I had the most
You hear
fucked up
the
dreams
rumbling
last night.
be like, "Did you hear Jim went crazy and attacked an old man? Glowing had to carry him home again last night." And there, you hear just rumors of like, and then some people that were there before. Oh, wow. Some people there are sitting there, like you just hearing the murmurs of the day that there was some craziness here. That you could tell the people that are there here pretty much all the time are like recapping what happened last night to the people who weren't there. And Jim's desire to prove that Wanti were everywhere are in fact catching on to a lot of the like. It's a story that the locals are kind of interested in telling.
Is the innkeeper like still around, or has he gone off to bed?
He has, messed around. There's another person in there. It's an older, like, very pleasant-faced, plump human woman. She's got bright red hair, and she's obviously she runs the day shift, and she's bouncing around and serving the drinks and you know, light morning meals, things like that. A lot more coffee is going around and teas and less hard drink this morning. But yeah, there's so many. But Uruk's, it looked like he made your breakfast out of courtesy for you guys paying him way more than he needed, and also wanting to just catch up on what was going on with Fodor and his wild paranoia, which was delightful, and then headed back to bed.
Can you guys?
I'll flag down the woman.
It takes a little bit because she's like all over the place. Very, soon she comes up to you and she's like, "What do you need there?"
Yes. I hear that Sharn actually has a wonderful newspaper. Do you guys happen to have a copy on hand?
Oh, no, we don't have a lot of readers here, but there's a stand just on the corner. You should be able to buy it.
Oh, thank you very
Because
much.
it costs a copper piece.
Oh, okay.
Do you have change?
Let me see here, and I'll ruffle around in my sack for a minute, and I'm like, actually, I could use change if you don't have anything.
Absolutely. She goes, "I'm Gretchen, by the way. I do the mornings here. Well, Utsk is sleeping. But yeah, right away. Give me a minute." And she goes and she goes to the back behind the till, and she counts out 10 copper, and she's like, and she looks at her hand, and she looks up, and she's like, "Excuse me," kind of yelling and raising her voice a little bit. She's like, "Do you have a silver piece? Or just gold pieces?"
I just have one gold, actually.
Okay. And then she's gonna go back to the till and count out. So she comes back with 9 silver pieces and 9 copper, and she takes your gold and gives you change. And
Are you guys able to hear me right now?
so, do you guys finish up? What are we doing? And by the way,
I'll wrap it up.
Bernacious looks very pleased with himself.
Can anyone hear
Bernacious
me?
looks like he has eaten quite a bit. He looks like he has preened himself and slept very well in the company of other beards. And seems to be quite like a little puffy and like, "Look at me, I'm a majestic bird." Like he's very proud of himself because he feels he
Hello? Hello? Hello?
So while Edvard and TikTok
Okay.
wrap up their morning business.
TikTok.
All right, Tikto, where are we headed? What do you have planned for the morning?
Sorry, I think I was having mic issues for the last couple minutes. I just fixed it, so.
Well, it worked out really well because everybody else was talking and it wasn't your turn, so we didn't notice. So you have it nice and subtle. Well done.
Well, I'm just gonna say, did everyone kind of disperse? I was kind of not paying attention.
No, they're still at the table.
Okay.
Edward just had change made for himself. Birdnacious came out kind of with the strut, being the biggest, prettiest bird in his mind, having slept and eaten and had time to clean himself. He's very much like, "Look at me, I'm fabulous."
Excellent. I'm gonna say, I don't know about you guys, but I had the weirdest fucking dreams last night.
Yes, I too had a strange dream.
Yes, I kept seeing this. There were all kinds of. They were all over the place, but all of them had the same thing in common. There was this like this crack in space. It was like a darkness that I couldn't. I had trouble looking at it. It was strange.
Oh, that's weird. I had something similar.
Interesting.
That's pretty weird. You guys had the same dream?
Yes.
That's weird.
Don't-
I didn't dream at all. So I mean,
Oh.
Yes, you guys, the proximity to this scroll, you guys both having read it and proximity. But Fodor, yes, you were saved by being blackout drunk.
Mhm.
So
Well,
absolutely no dreams for Fodor.
I believe there was a library that we were going to go to.
Well, yes.
Highlight-
I was thinking about that actually. I don't know how familiar you gents are with the newspaper here, but I was thinking last night, and just before I passed out, I had a thought that occurred to me. I wanted to run it by you, gentlemen. Perhaps if we want to know more about this scroll, and we want to keep a low profile, it might be beneficial to us to perhaps, instead of running around town asking everyone who might know anything about it, and presumably spreading the information, perhaps it might just be within our benefit to put an advertisement in the newspaper. We could say, wanted, language expert.
Well,
I mean, that seems
yes, that
pretty
would-
low profile.
would be vague enough that that people wouldn't catch on about us looking for it. But I still think we might want to check that library.
Well, perhaps they'll send someone from the library.
This is fair. I like this idea. Let's run with it.
Righto. Well, if you'll just excuse me, I'm going to go get a copy on the corner, and surely the newspaper will have some sort of office listed on the paper, I would assume. And then we can just go there.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
And Edward will exit the bar, or at least the inn, and he will look for the newspaper stand on the corner where the woman told him about, and he will go and buy a copy of the newspaper.
All right, you get outside and you look around, and you're still taken aback by the number of people that happen to be out and about. It's just a sea of people, but thankfully you know the corner. You're pretty certain it's go out, take a right, walk till there's a street, and you get there and you see a small stand with papers sitting over there, scrolls, and some look like pamphlets, some look like little posters, little drawings and self-published articles of things. It's just like a casual book vendor, but on there is stacks and stacks of papers, and on there you see the title, The Sharn Screamer, and the man, and you look into the stand, and there's a halfling with a grizzled beard, kind of dirt on his face, and a newsboy's cap on. He's like, "What you looking to buy?" I mean, what you looking to buy?
Just one newspaper, please.
Just one copy of the Screamer?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's one copper piece.
And I'll hand him a copper piece.
You heard the story. They ain't found that guy that tried to rob that fella on the train.
Oh, dear.
The whole town's talking about it.
Well, thank you very much. I'll have to read about it.
Yeah, definitely. It's my biggest story. My
Oh,
name's
did you write it?
Longfoot, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were a contributor to the paper.
Paper contributor. I'm its #1 distributor.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, if it ain't right if it don't come by Longfoot's.
Okay.
So what can I do for you other than you just reading me papers?
Well, actually, I was looking to place an advertisement.
Oh, you got to go to the repository. That's where it's printed.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me where the repository is?
Oh yeah, it's down about 4 blocks, and then you got to take a right. The signs everywhere. It's the biggest library in Shan.
Ah.
Oh, okay. It's at the library then.
Well, yeah, where you think most of the writing comes from is the library. I mean, you got the Arcane University, but not everybody can read that writing. If you catch what I'm saying.
Yes, of course. Well,
Yeah,
thank you
got
again.
the neck for that.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, go to the repository, second floor.
Second floor. Very good.
Second floor, you're gonna look for a goblin.
Okay.
It's a goblin. His name's KSKS.
Oh,
Weird names, but he's the editor. Nice fella. Little rough around the edges, but can smell a story.
okay. Well, thank you again.
Yeah. Now remember, Mick Longfoot. You got anything worth reading? I'm the guy to get it onto the hands of the people.
All right. Well, thank you again. And it was a pleasure
Right,
meeting you.
What was your name?
My name is Edward.
It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Now remember, is his name. You gotta pronounce it like that. Because if you say it any other kind of way, it sounds like a dirty word in their language. So, be very careful.
Oh, well, then I will have to commit that to memory.
Hi, Milo.
Hello.
Hello.
Well,
Hello.
I'm going to say that I tagged along with Edward for that, but I'm still preoccupied with my dream, so.
Okay. So, you guys follow him, or do you wait till he comes back with the paper?
I mean, I
I'm gonna look
figure
out the window.
I figure we're
You all went?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys come out as he's having this like discourse with this dirty looking little halfling person who's like friendly but kind of like a little gruff at the same time. And you hear the directions to the repository, to the newspaper, which is you come in as he's telling you it's the editor. Which he pronounces you to, and you just make that sound, like the tisk tisk sound without the T part twice. So he's very, very adamant that you get it right. But you guys feel like you got what you came for, and you head off towards the repository.
Excellent.
While we're walking along, I'm going to kind of like, because it's a lot of people and whatnot, so I imagine that there are some like intersections where we have to like stand for a minute or two while we wait for other people to cross and stuff like that.
It's strangely, for this time of day, traffic is very well organized. They have it's the earlier morning part of the commute. Like there's guards out there that are like stopping and letting people go. It's actually pretty comfortable. It's got the comfortable of a seasoned city, that has been there, and people have been doing this for a while. So a lot of people are kind of like spacing out or like looking at their paper, or some are having conversations. You see a few people with like a sending stone in their ear, and they're kind of talking. They're just kind of talking to themselves, What you do notice is there's a fair number of people walking around with gadgets, like little cobbled together things. There's a lot of little contraptions that you haven't seen, you being from more or less the wild lands and more natural areas. Like you haven't really seen people practicing artifice so prevalently. Like there's just gizmos everywhere, and it's kind of interesting to see. A lot, but it makes you, particularly, Edward, a little uncomfortable, but you're slowly acclimating to it. But
My, all these people on their sending stones, don't people have conversations anymore where they're just like, instead of they're just looking at their sending stones, scrolling on it, like, don't people like actually sit down at breakfast and talk with each other, look each other in the faces anymore? There's that kind of like interaction that I just
while
miss.
you're having this musings, two people pull the sending stone out of the air and be like, "You talking to me?"
Oh no, no, I'm sorry. wasn't talking about you.
Oh, okay. I saw your mouth moving, and I thought you was trying to say something. Well, good day.
Good day.
I just look up at Edward and be like, you know, you're kind of right, but still kind of annoying.
Don't be such a Luddite, Edward.
Yeah. Strangely, as the gnomes, you're not really bothered by this at all. You're kind of like, machines. I love them. Like that's pretty cool.
You mark my words. One day they'll be after our jobs.
That's kind of the point, isn't it?
Don't say that too loud, because it's like see a Warforged walking by.
Yeah. As you see that, you see like a wizard walking by with like 3 clay golems, like with the numbers 3, 7, 6, 2, 5, 1, and 11 just stamped into their shoulder, just carrying crates. And he just kind of like, this way to the repository, and they're just.
I'm gonna follow him.
And you're like.
Do we all catch that, or is that just
it's super obvious.
Super obvious.
Like,
all right.
Like it's super obvious. Like you're like, oh, it's not just machines. It's also magical automatons. They're also possibly going to be taking our heavy lifting jobs.
Hey. Pat Birdnacious a bunch.
Yeah. And you're like, one day I'll replace you with a flesh golem, just so you know, you son of a. Oh, I'm sorry, I said that out loud, Bird.
I mean, just because I want to give him really buff arms that stick off of his chest. I mean, can you do that? Can I get some giant, bulky clay arms to stick on the front of my beard? Love that.
Like people are sitting there and like as they're walking and you're just having this rumination, like because the guy who made the golems is like already just like walking down in his own head. They're just looking. And you get a few weird looks, like, and then one guy's like, nice. Yeah,
while we're walking, I want to send like a mental thing to Watcher and just tell him to keep an eye out for anything suspicious while we're traveling. Stay close. Stay close, Watcher.
Yeah, that's a good plan, but how do I know it's suspicious? This whole place is pretty weird.
Well,
I mean, can you like send me like a mental image of what's weird, or just because right now this is all weird?
How about if anyone is paying what seems to be like more attention than they should to our group, then give me a nudge.
Okay. Okay, so I'll watch out for you to make sure. No, okay, I got you. Like what happened at the station the other day.
Yes, exactly.
I'm smelling what you put. You got any more of that rat?
Tell you what. If you find anything of note, maybe I'll find you another one.
Are you telling me we have like a transactional relationship where I have to do work and then get fed? Is that what you're talking about? I thought we had a breakthrough after you put on your pants last night and we talked about some things, but now apparently it's back to master-servant relationship.
You know what? You know what? Fair. I told you I'm bad at this interpersonal relationships thing. But all right. How about I'll keep an eye out for a rat for you. How's that?
I appreciate that. I do. I respect the fact that you came around quickly because historically in our 20, almost 48-hour relationship, that would have turned into an argument, but you caught yourself and were able to see it from my point of view, and I really respect that. Thank you, Ticto. I feel like you have respected me as another fellow being.
I hope we can keep working this
and I don't know about you, but that guy with those things with the boxes just turned into that bright white building. Is that the one you're looking for?
Yes, it is. Thank you. Do you want to come and sit on my hat?
Yes. Now that I think about it, that does sound much better than fluttering around all the time.
Well, come down, Watcher. Let's go inside.
He he sits there, and you have this hat on that
It's
Watcher
just like
sits down and like, he like sits right on it, and then like, but like curls it up, so he like got a place to kind of like lean on it, like, you know, very sword in the stone.
yeah,
you know,
that's
where
exactly what I'm thinking about. It's just like the wizard hat with like cocked like a perch off to the
Yeah,
side,
but he,
and he's
like-
standing on it.
he like bends it with his beak a little bit so he can like lean on it. He's like, there, I'm just hanging out. I'm cool. I'm a cool bird.
Yes, you are, Watcher. Yes, you are.
You get it. You walk into the library, and it's very big. First off, like it is. You guys had spent some time in Rote, and you were very aware of what was going on in their libraries. But Rote is not Sharn. So, what you thought was a repository of knowledge now kind of looks like a high school library. Like you're like, wow. I mean, there are scrolls where it'll be. There are scrolls. There are books. There are like weird sections with like recorded sounds on these like devices that you've never seen, but you're pretty sure you saw one of those weirdos walking around with one. But it's all organized. There's a big stone desk in the front, very ornate marble, with a pair of goblins sitting at the front, just ticking down names and like writing furiously in some scrolls. And as you come up, they're like, and they look down at you two, and the other one looks up at Edward, and they're like, what brings you to the repository today?
Well,
They look at you, and they're like, abjuration, 3rd floor.
actually, I tend towards chronology.
4th floor.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But I believe
Gonna have to talk. There's Kronos. He's over there. He's not his real name. That's just what he wants to be called. He basically organizes that section. He'll tell you where you're going based off your skill level.
Thank you very much.
So she looks at the other two, and what about... She pauses a little bit at Fodor, who's like sitting there gleefully, kind of like...
On a turkey.
On a turkey, and she's like... She leans to the other. Any of you speak Goblin?
No.
I
don't believe so.
No.
No.
Do not.
No.
Okay. You hear them kind of like look at you and gutter, and like they're real quick guttural, you know, and they're like, then they look at you, but their face doesn't change at all.
Mm-hmm.
And they just look at you, and they're like, they kind of split attention, and one goes to Fodor, what can I help you with? And the other one, same question.
What do you have on advanced animal training?
What kind of animal?
Ornithology?
Bird?
Yeah, it is what I said, yeah.
5th floor bestiary. We actually have it separated by animal. Like, there's a beast, it's just like a bear. You have that for, like, large mammals, and then birds, it's just a bird. And then fish, and then we have, like, weird stuff for the people that are into, like, trying to catch magic stuff. That section's a lot bigger and smaller than you'd think. You'll get it when you see it.
Noted, thank you.
What can I do for you, sir?
Yes, I'm here for the newspaper. I believe 2nd floor, yes?
Yeah. You're going to talk to... You're looking for...
Yes, I am.
What? Right on. Okay, well, you can't miss it. It's the whole 2nd floor, so...
Gentlemen, are we splitting up?
I believe believe I can join you for this portion, but I would really like to go up to the 4th floor and talk to Kronos.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well then, Fodor, did you and Birdacious want to join us as well?
I mean, if y'all want us to, I guess we can.
I have to admit, I'm a little nervous about insulting this little goblin fellow.
What was his,
my-
name?
my-
You said? Let's hear it. That sounds about what the other fellow said. So, I think we should be fine.
Oh dear. All right then. Well, shall we?
Yes, let's shall.
Challing we go.
It's very easy to navigate. This was a very well laid out building. Everybody thought about they thought massive numbers of people are going to come in here, so it is very conveniently laid out. Was that just a run by fooding?
There was a run by fooding.
That was.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen happen in my entire life. Like, did she teach classes for that to happen to other people?
You'd have to ask her. I mean, she might.
That was literally the most amazing thing. She just ran through like, poof. That was awesome.
It's a food drop.
Before
man.
we get to the
It
newspaper,
happens.
did we want to take like maybe a 10-minute break?
Yeah, let's. Real quick. That's fine.
I was gonna break at 8:30, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, whatever's clever for you guys.
All right, back in 10.
I'll be right back.
Welcome back. You guys are heading up the stairs, and very, in as you get up the stairs, you see a long hallway. Of course, another set of stairs going up on both sides. But right up in front, you see the Shard Screamer, bright, black letters written over the glass, nice wooden door. It's very noir feeling, as you come in and you open the door and it's just sitting there, and you open it up and you see a very stern, rather tall, like probably about 4.5 foot tall goblin with like a very, very crisp shirt on. He's got some ink stains all over it, like some ink on his hands, and one of those visors on. And he's like, "Hey, welcome to the Screamer. What can I do for you?"
Yes, I'd like to place an adversary in your column, please.
Okay, what about?
I wanted to read. Pardon?
Are you looking for somebody specific, or just give it to me and hope it goes to the right place?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was hoping to talk to whoever was in charge of placing a.
Did nobody give you a name? You just go in there and find a goblin?
He's looking for.
No, I don't mean to assume. I didn't know if you were
Just
in charge of that.
Yeah, my name's. They call me Rick. Been here long enough. It's just easy. I just like watching people squirm.
Well,
we did
well
get
done,
a warning
Rick.
before we.
Yeah, but my name, but it's hard for people to pronounce. So I go by Rick most of the time.
All right
Who
then.
Who told you about my name? Was it Mick?
Yes.
There was a very kindly fellow.
He became my first distributor. I rode him so hard. I've been going by Rick for about 2 years prior, but I made him so embarrassed. I had him squirming all over. I pretended like it was an insult. Made him say it was like a vulgarity. It's not. It was just funny to me. Because he's so like, I know what to do. I'll get the information to the people. I'm like, how can you get the information to the people if you can't even get a name right? Just a little friendly ribbon, if you know. But yeah, it's my name, but you call me Rick.
Well, all right then, Rick.
All right, what? So you're looking to place an advertisement. Front page, middle, back section, costs different for all of it. I mean, front page is most. Most will see it, but.
Well, I imagine most of your advertisements are usually placed within the personal section.
We got brothels in this town, like all over the place, right?
Oh no! I'm not looking for that kind of work, right? If you know what I mean. I'm actually looking for a language expert.
You.
A cunning linguist, if you will.
Yeah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Lowbrow humor is the best kind. Okay, I get you, and I understand, and I like the go-getting attitude of trying to find a linguist. But I would also like to point out you're in a library.
Oh, well, we want someone who's really good. Like, really, really, like, dead languages and everything.
Yeah, we got... You want a floor full with his reference? You want to talk to your grass. He knows. If it's dead, he knows about it. I mean, or you could put an ad in. I just say walk upstairs.
Yeah, we could check that first, and then we'll see if he is a no-go. Then we'll put an ad in. How's that sound, Edward?
Well, whatever you gentlemen like.
Turn away the coin
Yes,
if you want to, but just if all you're looking is for an answer, somebody to read a thing. I mean, start free first. That's me. If you want to spend your money, it's your money, and I'll happily put the words in the paper. I mean, that's my job, but that's just my two. That's just my 2 copper pieces. It's up to you.
We'll check that first, and if we don't have luck, then perhaps we'll be back.
Appreciate the tip, Rick.
Yes. Yeah. But if you see Mick, do me a favor. Tell him that you soured it horribly, and I'm furious. Like, tell him you told me that you told him to say it wrong. Watch him. I bet he'll be in here like the next day, be like, "I'm sorry. I thought I had it right." Blah blah blah.
We will most definitely do that.
And I'll pretend like I'm super upset, but
So does he not
honestly,
know?
Mick's a good guy. He's a good guy. I can't help but tease him.
So does he not
yeah.
know?
Oh, you know.
That
He knows.
makes it even
He knows I
better.
go by Rick, but he doesn't know. He thinks I just,
That
took me a
makes it
while.
even
But he thinks I
better.
put everybody through it.
I see. Well, very well. Well, thank you, Rick. We shall make our inquiries, and if we don't have luck, perhaps we'll be back.
Okay, just so you know, your grass is, you'll just see him when you see him. Like, he's a strange one.
Okay.
Just,
We're fairly strange ourselves, so I'm sure we'll be
I
fine.
mean, like,
Very strange. Got it.
Is he a
you'll figure
1T?
it out. It's one of those times when you, like, try to explain what the neighbor kid who collects bugs is gonna act like. Like, that kind of weird. Like, really intense, really smart, but, like, just wait till you
Very
see
well.
him.
Well, we'll be on our way then.
Yeah, so,
Excuse me, Photo, did you say 1T again?
That time, yeah, I did.
did you
Okay.
say 1T? As in
I did.
snake people?
You said he was really weird. I'm like,
Because he studies dead languages. He's, like, all thoughtful and, like, out of connection with the world.
I mean, now that you put it like that, it's a lot more sense, but you were being really touch and go kind of weird there. I wasn't sure what to expect. I'm like, is this guy a flesh golem made of, dangly bits or something strange like that? Like, where's this going? Is he a snake man?
Are you suggesting he's a 1T in a penis costume to make look like a person?
I mean, you said he's really, really weird and emphasized a lot of silent weird shit.
I'm sorry,
you
you'll
bring
have
with
to
your
excuse
flesh
my
column
friend
made
here.
out of
He
dick.
seems to be obsessed with snake people. Fyodor, we'll talk about this later.
I'm just.
I mean,
hold
if
on,
you
no,
really
no,
want to.
no, let's. Your head went. I said really weird.
I
and
mean,
you
I'm
guys
running
were
through a
like-
list of really weird things, and I'm like, what
and
is charm?
You were like really weird, awkward academic, possibly Asperger's, maybe flesh golem made out of penises. Is that what you said? Because you did say made out of dangly bits, and that's where I'm thinking. So you got a wiener-made flesh golem hiding a snake person.
Yes, this has been...
That's your shot.
You're
okay?
going in too many layers. There's a lot of ors, not ands.
There's...
I think
So it's like
you got to
being
either be like
academic
strange as in a
possibly
snake man,
Asperger's.
or as in a man covered in snakes. I mean, you can't have both. That's really weird.
You know, I have
Too
a column
weird.
for advice for just. I'd like you. You want to write just a for fun piece just for the hell of it? I'll pay you for it.
Do
Fiction.
you have any prompts?
For a paper?
I don't know. Fictional part? I'll come up with some things, maybe.
Well, I heard
I'll
about
think
this
about
guy the other night that was accosting strangers, blackout drunk, said that 1T were everywhere, and I'm like, it sold a lot. Not lying, people bought it. I mean, it was people
Did
thought
you
it was
have
like a satirical piece, but it was
did you have a description for this individual?
medium height guy. A lot of people from said that he works in the factories.
Okay.
They're from the
That's a relief.
They're from the southeast side, you know, right where the lightning rail station is, right around in that area. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, he attacked somebody and he had to get knocked out by his friend there was a dwarf who carried him home. He has no memory of it, but it created quite a stir from what I understand. I mean,
Pretty funny.
Tic-Toe is like sweating. He's like, well,
Very relieved.
you okay? Like,
we might have run into that fellow the other night.
oh, nice.
And,
So is any of that true, or is it hearsay?
well, part of it was probably put into his head by someone who will remain nameless. He was very drunk at the time, so I thought this was a one-off occurrence. Now I'm starting to question things.
Yeah, you know, as much as I think it's funny, I do. I think it's funny because, you know, the likelihood of the Wanty being anywhere, I mean, other than in the Coiled Emporium where that Wanty couple's been running that, like, tunic shop for the last 25 years. Other than them, I have not seen a single Wanty in this. Oh, calm your tits, calm your tits. They've been here for quite some time. do you need a moment?
I'm starting
Somehow
to
I think we have a
that-
new destination.
Somehow I think we have a...
Why did you let Wanty in the city? Why?
They've
Fodor,
been here for like 25 years and they're only half Wanty. Like, they got like this. I mean, they work here. Have you not looked around? Everything's here. We got a tea shop run by a devil just down the street.
Fodor, is there a reason you seem to have a problem with people who
I mean,
are part
they're
snake?
city folk. It's what...
Don't want to talk about it.
We're gonna talk about this later when you're
It's amazing.
feeling better and not looking perhaps Rick, I think it would be better if we left this conversation where it lie.
Right,
now.
right. So,
We might
so
have an
that's a
incident.
no. It's a no on writing the suspicion piece. It's no. I mean, apparently we have a little bit of an issue now.
Not unless you want it to have lots of the letter Q in it.
Cute. I was thinking about calling it knowledge skirmishes.
I see. Never mind. Just something about
Cute.
anonymous Qs and never mind. Anyway.
Focusing on Edward now, he kind of leans in. He's like, "Everything all right with you and your group?" There seems
You
to
know
be
what?
Everything's fine. We just have we have ups and downs, okay?
I'm gonna tell you, there is a psionicist that I have been seeing for the better part of 3 months. She has done wonders on me working with my interpersonal issues, especially my sense of self. And I really think that you two could benefit from going to see this psionicist.
I'm fine. I'm just a little frazzled, okay? It's
He takes most healing magics and is quite affordable.
well,
He works
Well, you know what?
predominantly under the Blue Cross, though.
we'll think about it. How's that?
I'm just saying, think about it. A good psionicist will help you get yourself straightened out.
Yeah, that's I've heard as much. I just have trouble with time sometimes. I was just it's okay. I'm okay. I
Think about it.
You know.
Action's the key to success. Got to learn
Well,
who
thank
you
you.
are before you can go impact the world. That's right, I got that. It's on my desk. But anyways, off with you.
Alright.
Level 4, your Grath. Remember, level 3 was Opposing small wizard, that's where you're going to be looking for your stuff. But I'd head to level 4 first.
I was actually looking for Kronos. Is he on 3 or 4? I've heard conflicting.
That's 3.
Ah,
Repositories
okay.
4.
Well,
Yeah, creatures 5. Fiction 6. Non-fiction level 7.
Right.
That's pretty much the library in a nutshell. I'm level 2. And then the lobby and, like, you know, casual readings and fast traveling, like magazines and things like that are all on the first.
yes.
You get those weird stones with the sounds on them, too. They seem to be real popular with children nowadays.
Excellent.
Howdy rocks.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
but I get up there. Remember your grass the grin. It's his name.
Well, thank you very much, Rick. We'll be on our way.
Can I get the name of that psionicist, please?
Oh, her name's Jennifer. Little real world brought into that one.
And where can I find Jennifer?
Oh, he opens up the paper and he goes right. He points to the little ad right there. He's like, she is miraculous, very understanding.
I'm just gonna send a message to to Edward and just don't you dare.
It's my coin. I can do what I want with it.
That's fair. Very well. All right, so I think we move on.
Very appreciative, Rick. Thank you.
Well, gents, do you think we should split up, or do you think you can handle this fellow on the 4th floor on your own, Edward? Or I'm kind of interested to see this Kronos fellow.
Well, if you'd like to split up, I suppose that we can do that.
Yes. Do you want the scroll?
Sure. I guess I'll take it.
Or would you rather feel it out first?
I would like a wisdom saving throw from you, Ticto.
Oh.
Don't want anything to do with that brain hurty scroll.
17 on the die was save. 21.
Yeah, you're very good.
Okay.
There's a little part where you go to give the scroll over, and there's a little voice as you're doing it that you're like, but I want to keep it. And then, but you're just like, no, I don't. And you just hand it right over. There's 0 if there, it was just like a quick thought of like, maybe nah. It'll be used for it. So you take it, Edward, you, as soon as you touch it, you are like, part of you is like, love it.
I was just about to say, like, I want to make sure that he, like, puts it into my backpack. I don't want to actually handle
don't
it.
touch it.
I'm the only one that
Okay,
the only one that's handled it at this point, so.
Okay. Well then you don't have any like excitement.
Okay.
Okay, so you go upstairs. You see all of the like different, classic spells up there. You see like the plant for like life for like healing magic. You see like a fireball for like the eldritch, and you go, and then you see like a sundial, and you see a man like with huge glasses. He's a tall, like almost skeletally skinny man with a shock of like white hair. And he's like real twitchy. He looks like he's like, yes.
Are you Kronos?
Yes.
I was told.
That's what they call me.
I was told you're the one to speak to in regards to chronergy magics.
Yeah, most magic. Yes.
Just most, or just chronergy?
Well, I help. I clean the library.
You clean the library?
I organize and I help and I read. Yeah, I know most of the scrolls on this floor. Yep.
Do you have any interesting spell books or anything that I might peruse, or anything in regards to chronergy that I might
Can you stop time?
Not yet.
Can you slow? Can you cast slow yet?
I don't know that spell yet. Let's see if I just want to see if I'm able to. No, that's... I believe I'm limited to spells of the 2nd level or lower at this time.
Okay. Then what are you looking for?
Just anything in particular. I'm not looking for anything specific.
That's not gonna help me. That's not gonna help me at all because I've got lots and lots and lots of spells for lots of different kinds, and I've got it for lots of different levels and lots of different schools. I'm gonna need help.
How about 1st and 2nd level spells? Anything that might be useful for a budding adventurer?
That's a weird way to say it. That's a weird way. I don't do magic. I just study. I categorize. I don't know magic. It makes me feel weird.
You doing?
So what kind of spell?
Let's see.
Do you know about magic missile? I hear that one's very cool.
I do have magic missile.
That's really cool.
Yes.
What about do you do fireball?
I cannot.
Yeah, that's a really useful spell.
I'm afraid I have not been able to muster the power for fireball yet.
No,
I can cast dragon fire.
That's really neat. That's got to be really cool. Does it burn when you do it? Does it burn your mouth? Like
I actually haven't had the chance to cast it yet. I just learned it.
I think I would do that like a lot.
I am very tempted to, but since we're in a library, I think I shall abstain.
That okay. I don't know really what you're looking for. But I would love to help you, but I would need a specific type of thing you're looking for.
How about
I will tell you that we have. What?
How about something in regards to short-range teleportation or being able to,
like a dimension door, like that?
I believe I have this spell called Misty Step.
Hold on. Do you have a spell? A spell book?
I do.
Let me see. Let me see. I think I got a scroll you can copy. It might take some time.
That's fine. I have some time.
Do you have your library card?
I need a library card?
Well, if not, you'll have to copy it here.
That's fine. I wasn't planning on taking it out. I just wanted to research it.
Do you have the pen and paper and the paper for spells?
Yes, of course.
You do?
I think.
It's just special paper. It's not just paper. It's like a paper for inscribing spells. It holds the spell. We have some.
I do actually.
Okay, then you have 5 silver. I let you read it and copy it.
Yes, of course. And
okay, I would suggest you use one of the back rooms.
Yes.
And it's very quiet. You cannot start it. Stop. Once you start it, you have to finish it, or it doesn't work.
Okay. Yes.
Like, and then it'd be really, 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 really cool if you would show it to me when it's done, because it's cool.
But
like, I like to watch magic, but the idea of doing it scares me.
I would love to do that for you, Kronos.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yes. I'll do that when I finish. I appreciate your help.
Yeah, absolutely. My name's actually Mike.
Oh. Well.
But I was studying the time magic. It's like my favorite.
Yeah.
Because it's the newest. It's the neatest one.
Well, let me tell you, it's my favorite too.
That's really, really great. That is really cool. I don't like necromancy or necrotic.
No, I don't
magic.
either. It's messy.
It's gross and it makes me feel dirty.
Yes, I don't blame you.
But,
It is kind of a dirty magic.
Anyway, okay. I'll get you the stuff and I'll set you up, and then you have a lot of fun. I have to finish straightening up this shelves because it's a mess, and I hate it. I hate it.
We shall. Thank you. I will get right to work.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Tikto Talkkeeper. It's a pleasure to meet
That
you.
is the best name for a chronomancer ever.
Yes, it seemed very poignant that I chose the school that I did.
It honestly seems like there was a power greater than you that designed it that way.
Well, perhaps my father, but who knows?
That's very impressive. Anyways, best of luck, Mr. Taki, but I'm really excited to see how this works.
And I'll go work on that.
All right, you go off to the alcove, and I would like you to roll me a d10 3 times.
Oh. 9, 3, 8.
Okay. You get it done. You get it done a little bit faster than most. You're out of there in like 25 minutes. You're pretty sure you got it copied down, right? But while you're copying this down, Fodor and Edward, what are you doing?
I'm heading upstairs to speak with the language expert.
Okay. Fodor?
I'm going to the bestiary floor. Did you see that was third floor or fourth floor? I can't remember.
Just fit.
Fifth floor. All the way to the top.
I do believe his floor
there.
comes before mine.
Huh?
I do believe his floor
Creatures
comes
is
before
fine.
mine.
Four is reference. You're going to floor 4. He's going to floor 4.
Okay.
Okay.
I am
At least
gonna
that's
head
what
up there.
That's the list I wrote down. I may have mixed it up. I'm not. All right.
Magically rearranges the DM's
Magically rearranges the library as the scatterbrained DM wrote it down after he said it. So next time maybe reverse, but I didn't think you were gonna go to a library today. Yeah. I had like you going to a university, and then I did write library right in my notes. Just never mind. I lied to you. Planned on it. Just didn't plan on laying the library out. All right. So you get up to floor 4, and it's literally just charts, maps, scrolls, and there's not a whole lot of people there. Like a couple merchants are looking at some charts, and they're people are studying like maps of the area. And in kind of like a darker corner, with it's like obviously this isn't used very much, is a brilliantly blue sapphire dragonborn. Like, knows like very. He's got piles of scrolls, and he's sitting over there like making weird noises and like kind of like talking to himself. Making weird guttural sounds that sound like, some of it sound like earth moving and others sound like wind blowing. Like, you're like, this guy is out of his mind. But he's definitely weird, and your gut says, that's probably our guy.
All right, then. Well, I suppose Edward will wait until he's a little bit more approachable, maybe, and then eventually I'll excuse myself
I would like
into.
A perception or insight check, whichever you want.
Oh, all right. Oh gosh, they're both the same. Let me see what I have here. 19. For either one.
You think he's practicing a language? He looks like he's practicing sounds. Like,
Oh.
he's not like when you look at him, you remember to yourself like back when you were learning a second language and you were like trying to like practice the wording, and you're like, I don't know, I've never heard of that, but he looks like he's in the middle of practice. So you think he's gonna be busy for a minute. So you decide, fuck it, I'm gonna go approach him.
Oh, well, I mean, well, it wasn't my first choice, but okay, I guess I'll. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They told me that you
You're
were.
a druid.
Yes, I am.
Oh, your grass. What's your specialty? What, moon?
Well, sort of. I belong to the Circle of the Stars, actually.
No shit.
Yes,
I've never-
shit.
I've never met one. Well, tell me about yourself.
Well, my name is Edward. I really don't know what there is to tell. I've always been fascinated
you've
with
been
it.
your whole life. You should know all your stories.
Oh, well, certainly, but like, I mean, it's just
Just
something that. I'm sorry.
Just pick one. Pick a story.
Oh well, I guess recently I found some sort of weird magic rock.
Go on.
Oh well, and I'll kind of take out the stone that I found that has like a weird kind of like coloration to it, and while I'm holding it in my hands, I'll see if I can produce flame inside my palm where I'm keeping the stone to see if it like does the thing that Ticto said that it seemed to do, where like it projects
All right,
an image.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
It's like this is just like a save, but you know,
What kind of save would it be?
just pass or fail.
Okay, well then that's definitely a fail. That's a 2.
Okay. He's like, calm down, calm down.
Oh, sorry.
He gets this, he projects this like you feel as he says that you feel like this like calming wave of energy come over you as you feel as he says calm, he's like projecting this calming, and like aura onto you, and he's like, give it a go, try it again. He's like, deep breath. You're awfully anxious right now, son. Try it again.
Okay.
And give it a go. You don't have to roll this time. This time it works.
Okay.
And tell us what it does.
When Edward produces the flame in his palm and kind of like doesn't go all out with it, like trying to, get it to make the right sort of like effect. But when he calms down and kind of focuses a little bit, what happens is the area around where the two are standing kind of becomes alight with this chart that looks like stars just projected all around them. If you've ever seen
like that scene in Star Wars, where
yeah,
the space map. Yeah.
And I'll be like, there should be a planet here, but there's not.
He's like, I see. Gravity's echo is pulling everything to this point. But he's like, say, that is something. He's like, that's something. I ain't seen that. So, it's good to meet you.
It's a pleasure
But
to meet you as well.
I'm gonna get back to my studies, practicing ignorant today. Yeah, languages. Did I introduce myself yet? Edward. I'm your grit. You grit the grin. Study pretty much ancient languages, focusing on primordial and lost stories, lost legends, and lore. I hope to write like a book. I'm not quite. I fancy myself an expert, but not yet. It's hard to keep all of it focused. In all honesty.
Yes, I quite understand. I speak 5 languages myself, actually.
No, really. Which
Oh, yeah.
one?
Well, of course, Common. That's my native
That
tongue.
one barely counts.
I am half elf, so my mother did teach me Elvish.
Oh, that's a beautiful language. Ancient or modern? Or do you speak like? Are you more rustic or you more urban?
Oh, certainly more rustic. We really didn't grow up near the cities like these before.
Whereabouts did you grow up? I mean, I'm not even from this this plane, but
Really?
like yeah, you know of a place? You ever heard of the city of Doors?
And I'll roll a knowledge check.
Yeah. I mean, it's super unlikely you've ever heard of it.
Yeah, but you never know. That's a 6. Yeah.
Okay. It's a fascinating place, but I found myself there one day, and then found myself here, and it is what it is.
That's strange.
That's a strange place. But yeah, I'm from a place called Faerun.
Faerun.
Yeah. It's weird. They got gods and everywhere, and here there's just dragons. I mean, which is cool. It's cool for me. It's cool for me because I mean, like, you're a dragon. But it's weird. Like, but I was close to Bahamut, you know, and now there's no Bahamut. Like that's. But anyway, that means nothing to you. What were we talking about?
Well, I was mentioning the other languages that I speak.
Oh, right. My fault. I get distracted a bit.
It's quite all right. Actually, speaking of languages, there was one thing.
You was talking. We could stay on topic. It's about you. It's not. I apologize for me being so distracted with things.
Well, I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, the languages is why I wanted to seek you out. You see, I have this thing that me and my friends came upon, and we can't really read it. We heard that you were an expert in languages, so.
I mean, I try to pretend, but mostly older languages and dead ones, and some that aren't even spoken at all.
Have you ever encountered a language that like hurt to read?
I mean, yeah. I mean, abyssal can hurt, and like the structure of old primordial before it broke into like Ignan and Tavern and you know, like old like primordial, like that'll give you a headache. But like hurt like. I mean, the lower planes have stuff that'll hurt. Just like the celestial will hurt you if you're not prepared. Like,
See.
but I guess it's more like who you are and how well you know. I mean, there's cursed languages, you know. But like just the language structure that like you look at it, you talk and it causes pain. Never heard of that.
Interesting.
But if you don't mind, I'd be happy to look at it.
Well, I'm not really sure that I should. Well,
I mean, what's it gonna hurt? Honestly, it's gonna hurt? I mean, you said it hurts when you read it, and I'm willing to take the risk if it's all in the sake of knowledge, you know.
Well, all right then. And I'll go ahead and I'll grab the scroll. And
okay. As you grab the scroll, he reaches out of like his breast pocket and he pulls out these like really like shiny glasses, and they've got like scrolling all over. They got a bunch of lenses on them, but like there's runes etched all through them. And he puts them on, and he's like, "Okay, what do you got?" He looks at it, and he like, and he like fidgets and twists these knobs and keeps flipping lenses in and out, and he like pulls one out, and looks at it, and he's like, Where did you get this?
Oh, well, that's a bit of a long story. Can you read it?
It looks like it's in pieces. I can see there's only two words that seem like to be linked together. We have N-A-I-N-D, named, and then it looks like half of another word that looks like dune. That's it. But this looks like it's may I?
Oh, yes, of course. And I had to do
He
it.
takes it and he fidgets with the little lenses, and as you see him flip one, like a little flare, like a rune, and goes in, and he's like, it looks like it was part of something bigger, and then magically was disassembled. He goes, so it's like this. If I didn't know better, looks like a puzzle, and you've only got one of the pieces.
Oh, I see.
It also, as he's scrolling through it, he's like, it also has a reference. It says in a keep in the moldlands at the bottom. So I mean, like, that's really all I can make out is maybe you could go to the moldlands and check it out.
And what language was this in?
This is base primordial. This is back before language had, like, the most basic form.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is an old the scroll itself isn't old, but the language is old. The scroll is not. So it's kind of like an oxymoron, you know?
Yes, I understand. But,
Yeah, it's interesting. I'll give you that. Not a lot of use without the other piece. But yeah, I'd go check out that keep in the Moonlands if you want. I mean, it doesn't give any specifics, and the Moonland's a big place. It's fucking awful from what I hear. I've never been there.
well, again, thank you for taking a look at it for me.
Yeah, right. You're welcome, and good luck to you with this. But if you ever find the source of this, I'd really like to know about it. Like, if you ever see me, if you come this way again, I have never seen language this old. Like, that's the rare find you got there. But yeah, there's also, according to my glasses, there's a strong spell on it that this ain't supposed to be read. And if it wasn't for these glasses, my head be hurting. So, but that's really all I can help you with at this moment.
I understand. Thank you very much. And I'll allow him to kind of like push back into my sack.
Right. And then as he goes back, he like starts, like, as you weren't even there, he just like turns and immediately starts like practicing his like ignorant phonetics, where he's like, and you're like, all right. So you're left there knowing now that you've got some weird stuff. Fodor! It doesn't take you a lot of time to get up there and find the beard section. It's very
Beards.
well laid out. You're impressed with the organization of this library.
Awesome. So I am looking for books on beard training.
Okay. You get there, and when you get to the birds, like, you have also, there's a glut of, like, falconry, like, birds of prey, training ravens, training carrier pigeons, and, all of that stuff. There's, like, all of these, like, common use things. Let me get an investigation check.
All right. Horky dorky. Oh man. Hold on. Got a 6 on a dice. 8.
8.
Not very good at looking around, I guess.
Yeah, you're getting through, and you're kind of you're easily overwhelmed, and you're getting mad at the time where you come across, like, every time you're, like, looking, and you, like, reach up, find a scroll, and you're like, training carrier pigeons made easier. You're like, fuck! You grab another one, and you're like, messenger ravens made it, son of a bitch! And, you get, like, shortly after you are now, like, very animatedly getting irritated, like, you're, like, making a lot of ruckus in there. You're like, is there nothing about fucking turkeys? You see a dark-skinned elf come up with, like, white hair, like, shorn, like, really short on the edge with the, may I help you? Come again?
I reckon.
You seem to be having a little bit of trouble navigating our shelving.
Can't find anything on how to train big, stupid birds. No offense, Beardnacious, your brain's just very small.
Are we talking magical birds like a phoenix, or mundane like an emu?
Dane, like turkeys, emu,
Oh wait,
cassowaries.
I can't help but notice you are accompanied by. It appears to be a turkey. Are we
Yes, this
specifically
huge turkey.
looking for a turkey?
Relative intelligence like that of a turkey, but I mean, I guess if you
Well,
want to be
we
specific,
do
do you have
have-
anything on training turkeys? That seems like an odd book to have advanced turkey training. Most people just
I don't
Want
have
to eat them.
advanced turkey training, but I do have trials of the turkey. If you would
What
be
is that?
willing.
What is trials of the turkey? What kind of trials would the turkey undergo? I mean, this one's been to war, but that's rather unusual.
Agreed. That is very unusual, but it is more what? It's more about what have people been able to teach the turkeys to do throughout their life. It's an unusual book, and until I saw you ride in with your turkey, I thought was humor at best, but they swore it was legitimate. But here you
Well,
are with a turkey mount.
I mean, I guess if you have enough time and sandwiches, you can train anything to do anything else. I've
No,
never seen a
until-
creature turn down a
until you have
sandwich.
said
They don't
that-
mostly have thumbs.
Until you said that out loud, I've never had that thought once in my life, but I'll be honest, upon hearing it, it makes sense. If you have time and sandwiches, you could probably get a lot done.
Boy. This turkey stared death in the face and not flinched.
What kind of sandwich will get a bird to do that? I mean, I won't do that for anything right now. And you're.
Well, I mean, into turkey, you clearly have much higher functions than a turkey here.
But I would assume I also have reasoning and not base instinct as a turkey. It would appear to have, and you were able to override its obvious flight instinct by the use of sandwiches. Are you sure you do not want to just pen your own trials with turkeys?
I mean, he's pretty much just good for riding. That's it. I would like to train him, to do more.
You want to try. What more are we looking for?
Other useful tasks?
There,
Fetching things, maybe
I-
attacking things. Oh, maybe even as a distraction?
have you heard?
To wear armor? That would be really cool.
Have you heard
That
of
would be very nice.
the small island of Oriath in the south? It's known for its jungles.
I'm going to roll a knowledge check, I guess, because my backstory, mercenary, been a lot of places. Might know about it. Nat 20, I guess I know about it.
Oh, so you are familiar. There is a form of druids that live in the Madwood on the island of Oriath that ride very large cassowaries as battle steeds.
Oh. Things are vicious.
Perhaps
They can gut a full-grown man in like 3 swipes or less.
perhaps the training tactics we have in the cassowary crushers, which is a terrible name for a book, but that may be of use to you. The trials of the turkeys is literally just getting a turkey to like ask for food or something stupid, and it seems like you'll pass that.
Well, I guess it would be somewhat of a trial. They do start out very stupid.
Well, you seem to have trained your turkey better, so the cassowary crush or the mounts of Madwood might be your better bet.
Most intriguing. Thank you, sir. I'd like very much to know where those books can be found.
Oh, they're over. Come, I will show you. Do you have a library card?
No, may I get one though? I reckon I will need one if I would like to borrow these.
If you want to take the books, yes, you do need a library card, and they cost. Do you live in the city?
I can.
Fair enough. We have two kinds. We have the silver, where you have to physically return the books. And then for a gold, you will get it's a small stem that will go on it. Then when you press it and say return, the tome will go back to the library. It's much more convenient for our more on the go. But you're welcome to keep it for 2 weeks. Standard overdue rate supplier, as one would assume. So silver, you must return them yourself. For gold, I will stamp the return emblem on there, and it will come back to the library when you are finished.
What is the difference in cost?
One is a silver, and you bring it back. The other is a gold piece. It's good for the year.
Charging
I'll just
battery.
take the gold, I think. That sounds very worth it. I travel a lot,
Honestly,
though I'm probably making this place very much my main place for living.
Agreed. Well, it was a good choice because overdue book fees can be very expensive. But I'll not stop a man from
Noted.
knowledge, especially unusual knowledge.
That's the best kind of knowledge.
That it is. That it is. Well, right this way. He's gonna go and select these out, and they're medium-sized scrolls. But you get he's gonna take him to you. You take the gold piece. He gives you it's just a little, it's a card. It's a little metallic card that kind of like shimmers a little bit. And it says the repository. He puts it on this like little automated machine. It puts your name on it, all this neat stuff, and you get this card. It's a neat little bit of artifice, and you get a keepsake. He gives you the scrolls where he stamps this. He puts it in this like shimmering purple ink, stamps it on the edge, and he's like, you place
That's
your
neat.
thumb and say return, and it returns to the library. 2 weeks. May you learn something.
Thank you very much, sir. Can I get your name? I neglected to ask. I apologize. That must have been somewhat
It's
rude.
Beric.
Beric.
Beric Dunder.
Beric Dundir. Aye, thank you. Thank you, Beric.
Thank you. I look forward to. What was your name?
Foldor. Foldor McNargle.
Ah, of the Highland McNurgles.
Aye. Small clan of dwarfs, but well, gnomes. Sorry, that was a misspeak. My brain's a little addled. I had too much ale yesterday. Still kind of coming back to reality, if you know what I mean.
Must have been a good night for you to forget your species.
I haven't had that much ale since I was in the war. That was a lot. That was blinding drunkenness.
I can imagine. But best of luck to you. And does your bird have a name?
Beardnacious.
As I look upon your creature, I think it is a fitting name.
He is a glorious specimen.
I wish you well, Fodor and Sir Bernacious. And remember, 2 weeks. And send them back.
I will make sure of it. Thank you, Mr. Beric.
It is my pleasure. So you guys head down, and as you're coming down with your scrolls, Edward, you're uncomfortable and perplexed with the knowledge you found out. And it's right about this time that you hear a Ticto, and a very happy, like that was amazing. Your Ticto, you have no sound.
I was gonna say, I've got it, and I'm just like, and just like,
and you hear it. That's awesome. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Well, it's actually nowhere near the coolest, but like today is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yes, but what about this? And I cast Prestidigitation. It's just like fireworks from my fingers, just like ah. I know you've probably seen that one before. Sorry, I was just excited.
I mean, there's a flair to it that's kind of cool. Like, I like that. I like that. But I mean, as far as magic goes, it's neat. It's cool to see. I like to watch it done. But you ever seen a true polymorph spell? Like, that's something to see.
You've seen that?
Yeah, there was a guy that came. You know what? It's a story for a different time. But yeah, I see lots of stuff. We got the scroll over there with it in there, and over in shelf 7.
Well, I'm sure
you're
I'll
not,
be
I don't,
back.
You're not ready for that.
I'm not ready for that yet. I can't even cast Fireball.
No, that's the shelf 3.
Yes.
Fireballs in 3 is. That's a good one, but I don't want to see it in here. I don't want to.
No, I would not. I would never cast it in here. That
You
would
have
be
no
dumb.
idea how many people get it, and then are like, "I'm gonna try it right now." And
Yes, us witches tend to be not. We lack forethought sometimes. I understand.
I believe what you're looking for. The phrase is impulse control.
Yeah.
Poor impulse control 99% of the time. I'm just saying.
Yes, I would tend to agree with you. I struggle with that myself.
That reason right there is why I don't want to ever learn magic. Cause I mean, if I had firebolt, I would burn this place down by accident. You know.
I'm glad you added that caveat. That seemed troubling until you ended it with that.
Dragons paved with good intentions. That's what they say. And,
Agreed.
I don't know if. Okay, have a good day. It was good.
We'll see you later, Kronos.
That was impressive.
I'm just gonna like strut out. It's like I got a new spare. I got a new spare.
As you leave, like, let me get a perception check as you're going down the stairs.
Ooh, that one's actually good. 14 on the die. 16.
As you leave, you swear out of the corner of your eye, like his like awkward demeanor kind of vanishes and he straightens up and like just like levitates off the floor and like disappears. But you're not 100% that's what you saw.
I'm just gonna like glance back.
Yeah, he's not there. But you're still not 100% certain you saw this.
I'm just gonna shake my head and just like keep going. I got a new spare.
Yeah. And then Edward, you're coming to the bottom of you're coming down the stairs. Fodor, your nose is like you're paying attention and not paying attention. You're going down the stairs and you hear this little pop and Ticto appears and he's like, I've got a new spell. So
It sounds like you have a new spell.
I do. I like Misty Step. Unfortunately, I can't cast it again today.
You wasted it already, didn't you?
I did. I just
I
had
don't
to use
blame
it
ya.
immediately.
You know, that's interesting because when I was, getting ready for the day, I felt a sense of energy with myself, and I felt like I could also cast some new spells.
Yes. Well, that one was in addition to the ones I had a brain spark about this particular morning. But yes, there's nothing like figuring out a new spell, is
Well,
there?
sounded like you said brain shard. You shouted yourself some magic.
The goblins sitting behind the desk are like,
Very well.
that's it.
Just one juggle.
Well, Edward, I see you got a new book there, Fyodor, but I'm curious to find out what you discovered, Edward.
Oh, well, it appears that we should probably either learn Primordial or we will be back here many times.
Interesting. Did you find anything else about what's going on? Or?
Perhaps it's best if we talk in private. Shall we go back to the inn?
Okay.
That could be a good choice.
I'm getting pretty hungry, I think, yeah.
All right. You guys, right as you're leaving, you guys see like this large, like you've never seen one, but it's like overtaking the wall, leaving the library, the repository. It's this big, like machine that is like, it's a clock. You've never seen one before, but it very clearly is like
I'm just like,
pointing this way and that way, and you're like, it's got the hand like one straight up, and the little one is off to the 3. And you're like, wow, that is
Ticto's like, that is the most magnificent thing I have ever seen.
The 2 Tix, the goblin, looks up and she's like, the clock?
Yes. I
You've
really
never
like.
seen one?
I've seen clocks, but that is a magnificent specimen.
That's craftsmanship from a local artificer. His name's Dabbledob. He's a gnome. And I'm gonna be honest. He lives downtown. He's got a very large workshop.
Yes.
But he makes a very beautiful piece. Dabbledob, yeah.
I have an affinity for timepieces myself, and he pulls back his sleeve, and he's got like 8 watches.
Nice. Yeah, you guys see it's 3 o'clock, and you're like, oh, I could eat.
Yes. I could eat as well.
So, you guys head out of the library. Fodor, your nose is in a book. Edward, you're accustoming a little bit more to the city and the throng of people. But you're not really. You're still a little like you've heard of the Mournlands, you know of that kind of thing, and you're like, that is the absolute last place I want to go. And Watcher pops into your head. He's like, hey, boss, we got it seems like someone's eyeing you pretty hard.
Describe him to me, Watcher.
He's a human. He looks to be about maybe, I don't know, human age. He's got red. Oh, he's standing in front of you. And
little sooner next time, Watcher. And I actually say that out loud. little faster next time, Watcher. How can I help you?
Hey,
Yes.
You guys were in the station the other day. Do you know anything about? Rumor has it that there was 3 people that helped somebody on the train. And they said it was 2 gnomes and a half-elf.
How do you know it was us?
Because one had a bird.
I did not have a bird. Oh.
Yeah, the other one had the bird. That was the giveaway, the bird. That. So were you the
What about my bird?
That guy?
What guy? There's a lot of guys on a train.
Okay, well, I got a little problem. And by a little problem, I mean, I got, my name's Travis Savart. I have I got a warehouse. It's got some problems. And I'll be willing to pay you some money if you're willing to help. You guys apparently like to help, just random people you have no idea who they are. Is that what I'm understanding? That's like...
Well, typically it's people who are just nearly murdered that we help. I mean, if you're going by rumors, but...
I mean, sometimes I like to help people.
Can you give me some more information before I accept a proposition?
I feel I acted presumptuously because now when you put in the lens of maybe only helping people who were recently murdered.
Yeah.
I'm
just asking for more information. I'm not saying no.
That does put more of a sliding scale over UE.
Dick, I'm not just saying.
Your general generosity and overall sense of goodness.
Yes. Well, can you give me cliff notes on what you're looking for help with there, Travis?
Well, honestly, it was just like an accident. I just bought a paper, and it just said rumors say that there was a half-elf and 2 gnomes, and 1 gnome had like a turkey that it rode on. And I look up, and there you are.
Oh, Well,
And I made the connection like here that
very
the
well.
half elf and 2 gnomes, and holy shit, there's a half elf and 2 gnomes
Well,
on a turkey.
yes,
We've got to
I
get you a
understand
disguise,
that,
Beard
but
Mencius.
what is
I'm
your
just-
what's your problem, Travis? What are you needing help with?
I first off, I have money
Mm-hmm.
that I would be willing to pay you,
Mm-hmm.
That's a great start.
but yeah, I probably should have led with that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I honestly just feel awkward at this whole situation, at the way it came about.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's all right, Travis.
yeah,
You'll have my interest.
But you gotta understand, like, for me, knowledge is like 3 seconds old, and there you are. And I was like, it's a sign. But I got money. I got a warehouse that there's some all right, I'm gonna be honest. I got some stuff that's supposed to be from the Plane of Fire, for research purposes only.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some magmins that may have escaped, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna burn my whole building down.
Well,
There's like,
what do you think, guys? Shall we help this gentleman?
We can't let a building burn down. It might burn down other buildings. We could see the whole
Yeah,
city on fire before too long.
That sounds
yeah,
bad.
that too.
Very well. We'll help you.
Okay, I don't. You know what? It's not important. Details are not important at this time. They're not important. But yeah, I will pay you 25 gold for helping, and 75 gold for your discretion to not talk about how this happened. Do we have a deal?
I believe we have an accord. What do you
So-
think, guys?
25 for the job, 75 to pretend the job never happened, right?
Make it whatever number is larger that makes it easier to split 3 ways, and that's fine.
Well, it was 100 gold even. I mean, like, I can take it to 99 gold.
I said
or-
higher. 102.
Gentlemen, I think we're missing the big picture here. If his warehouse is
give me a
going to be
persuasion-
burning, then we don't really have time.
If
Give
he's
me a persuasion test, Tico.
Oh, I lost. That's a 4 on the die, so I think it's a.
He rolled a 15, so yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's like, no, I think we're good.
yeah, that's
Come
fair.
out.
I just
You
can't
can figure it out.
blame a guy for trying. All
I
right,
mean, I'll
let's
hopefully
go.
drop it to 90. Okay, you get that real quick. It doesn't take a long period of time, like, but he knows the city. You can tell the guy's been in and out a while. But as you go by, you start noticing the type of the shops are changing. Before it was a lot of like higher end stuff, higher end haberdasheries, higher end clothiers, higher end, like a lot of wizard shops, a lot of enchanted stuff. Then you start getting into now in this area, you start getting into, there's a lot of apothecaries. There's a lot of artificer shops. It's a little bit dirtier. It's a little bit grimier. The people are. It's still like a higher end area, but like the people are like these are ones that are like actively involved in the craft. Less in the sale of the craft, but more in the formation of it. So these are the people that are getting their hands in there and dirty. Okay.
Getting them deep in the business.
So he comes to a small. He comes and in there's this stone and wood and stone building, and you could see that there's smoke coming in there, and there's sounds of like things getting like rummaged through, and you can hear like the sounds of Ignan, which now, Edward, you know exactly what that should sound like because you just heard somebody practicing it. And his accent is terrible. So you're like, oh, you're thinking like, that's what it should sound like. But he's like, right. Last I counted, there was like 3 of them. So best of luck, please. There's a couple large vials. Please try not to break them, if possible. And if you don't want anything, just try not to break them.
Okay.
Best of luck.
In my head, I'm gonna go, Watcher, how would you like to feel like a dragon for a little bit?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Why would you even have to ask that? Why? Of course, that would be amazing.
I don't know. Maybe you just feel like being an owl all the time. I don't know. And I'm gonna touch him, and I'm going to give him the Dragon's Breath spell. So, on my turn, I will be able to.
I'm gonna be on TikTok. I love you.
Yeah, and that is I'm gonna have it be cold damage.
Okay.
So on my turn, he'll be able to cast Dragon Breath.
As soon as you get it, you get this. As soon as you give it to him, like this tiny little bird is like on your hat still, and like, but that's just like pushing out this like impressive gout of like ice flame.
Whoa.
He's like, oh, what?
You gotta wait. We gotta use it on the baddies.
You know what? There are times where I feel like you're stifling me and my wife.
Yeah,
But
well, you don't want to waste it, do you?
But you just gave it to me. Like,
I know.
how many times? What do you mean waste it?
Well, it's like a spell that you can't. Whatever. Let's not worry about it.
So don't. Not right now. Okay.
Yes.
Well, give me the word.
Okay. Yes.
Edward just rushes in.
Right on. All right, Edward, you rush in. Edward, since you're the first in the door, give me a D6 roll.
Okay.
Wah, wah.
2.
All right. There are 5 Ignan in there.
And
There were 3 to start with.
yeah, I'm
initiative.
okay.
But Edward, since you go in, you can you'll get a first attack and then you'll go into your initiative order.
Okay.
26.
Jesus Christ. All right. I'm gonna be fair and say Tikto goes first. So Fodor, Edward.
17.
Okay, Fodor.
6.
Okay. All right, Edward, since you busted in, you get to go
Burnt up my good roll.
first.
Okay. I'm gonna do something a little unusual. I want to try to mimic what that guy was trying to say in the library that I overheard him say,
Okay.
Charging battery.
and see if that elicits any kind of reaction from them.
All right. Well, let me get a performance check from you.
Okay. Uh, 13.
Okay. You look and you're like, and they all stop and they look at you, and they look at you, and then one like points to a chair, and they're like,
But do they look like hostile, or are they just kind of like looking at me like,
no, they're more like they're definitely perplexed. I mean, but they're they're clearly doing damage. Like they're fire creatures in a building filled with like wooden
Flammable
crates.
objects.
Yeah.
I'll
like,
see if I can't like motion to them to like come outside.
And when you're motioning, they're like, and they start like burning the other stuff, and they're like,
Okay.
they're very, very excited on what they're doing.
All right. Then the one who's like going over and burning stuff.
They're all burning stuff. They're all happily.
Oh, they're all burning stuff. Okay.
But you do see some crates are not opened, and one is open, and in it is a giant flask of like roiling fire.
Okay.
And you're like, immediately that's like, you're like, don't break everything. Like, all right, cool.
In that case, I'm gonna give them a little disincentive. I'd like to target one, if I can, who's kind of in the middle of like two others within 5 feet of
Oh
it.
no, they're all in like a little clump right now. Like,
Okay, so they're all
it's
basically.
not a big room. It's maybe 20, a 25 by 25 room. It's not a big room
Okay.
because it's designed for small wares. You know, you're probably thinking like the apothecary potions and things like that.
Okay.
But it's very clear to see in there on the floor is like another vial that looks to be shattered. That is the exact same shape as the big one, filled with like the roiling fire.
Okay. I'm going to start my starry form in the form of the archer. So when I do this, you see like, you know, my body starts to glow and I produce a luminescence for myself, and you can kind of see like the form of an archer kind of like almost like a tattoo kind of like magically appear over my body.
Got it. And you call yourself Ziggy Stardust.
I could. But what I would like to do is when I do this, I want to also throw an ice knife as a spell.
Okay.
So I'll do it in whatever creatures in the middle of things.
Okay. You can
Whoa.
hit one, and then it would hit two other ones. You
Okay.
can hit 1, 2, and 5.
Got it. I'm pretty darn certain that hits. That's going to be a 24.
Yes. And then one needs a dexterity saving throw, right? They all need.
No, all of them that are within the 5 feet of the one that I just hit need the dexterity saving throw.
One passes, one fails.
Okay. The one that failed is going to take 2d6 worth of cold damage.
Okay.
So that's going to be 9 points cold damage. And the one that I actually hit is going to take the d10 worth of piercing. So where's my d10 at? Oh, there it is.
But not cold damage?
It just says piercing damage on this one. Hit or miss, the shard explodes. Oh, I'm sorry. The target and each creature within 5 feet. So technically that one needs a saving throw as well.
So it got a nat 1, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
I
then
rolled all 3.
Okay. In that case, the ones that failed take the 9 cold damage, but the one that I initially hit
Alright,
also takes another 6 piercing.
The 3 of them, like as you get there and you hit them, like with the cold damage, it hits them and they all like, and then they like, their fire goes out and it like, you watch it kind of like pull in on it and then just, all 3 of them like pop, 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 pop. And now the whole room is like covered in fire.
Oh, good.
Because they all exploded. So now this whole room is like what was now like little bitty fires are like one really big fire, and 2 of the Ignits that are remaining are looking and they're like, yeah, and they're like super stoked. Dicto, Picto, it's your go.
I was thinking.
Oh shit. Since that was also the start of the combat, you guys hear a cracking sound.
Oh.
And you could see the large bottle, the large vessel with the fire spitting in it, is now encased in fire, and you're seeing a crack appear on the side.
How big is the bottle?
Don't I also have the other action? Because I went first and then.
No,
No, Ticto's first. Yes.
You got because you ran in there.
How big is the
Then
bottle?
It starts the initiative around. So your first action was you, and then the initiative round started. So it was your surprise attack, then initiative started. So this was actually 20, and then this was the start of the round. So Ticto gets to go. Then you get to go again.
How big is the bottle?
It is about about maybe 2/3 your height, so about 2.5 feet tall.
So Watcher would not be able to pick it up, probably.
Absolutely not.
Damn it.
You would struggle to pick it up.
Okay, definitely not 5 pounds then. Got it.
It's also surrounded by magman fire.
Okay.
And the other magmans are super stoked that this fire is there, especially.
Okay. I am going to have Watcher fly in, and he's going to breathe Dragon's Breath onto the group of magmen and the thing and whatever other fire he can catch in his... It's a 15-foot cone.
Okay. So does he go... Where does he fly?
Into a place where he's like... so he has... his fly speed is 60 feet. So I would imagine you said this room isn't that big, so he's gonna fly in, Dragon's Breath, and fly back to me, and then I'm gonna like peek around the door and cast Magic Missile at the two dudes.
Okay.
So I need.
Hold on, I want the damage for the Dragon's Breath first. Like you said,
Okay.
he hit the 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I need a.
So is he like doing this like back and forth, or he got the cone and?
It's a 15-foot cone. So I would have him position it so he can get the two dudes, and then we'll do damage control on the fire stuff later.
Okay.
So I need a dex save? Yeah, dex save.
That is a natural 1 and a 3. So they crush it.
Okay, so they take 3d6 of cold damage. 8 cold damage.
Okay.
Is that it? And does the cold have any influence on the amount of, like, fire? If it caught any of the fire in the cone, or...
The fire, like, just the flames...
Yeah.
Go, like, that the ice hits, do go out.
Okay.
Just the flames. Now, the ones that are powered by the magmans, like, ooze from dying, they diminish, but since they're more magical in nature, they don't go.
Oh, so they're like napalm bombs. Got it.
Yeah, their guts blew out. Like, they blew up and their, like, guts are all over it. Like, they're burning bodies.
Then
but the other two magmen that you hit are, like, decimated. They're not dead, but they're, like, barely holding on, and their fire's, like, barely flickering.
I'll finish them off with a... Fuck. I don't want to, like, let them blow up in here, but I don't really have a choice. I am going to cast.
Said you did magic missile at them.
Yeah, I'm going to cast magic missile at them.
All right. It doesn't matter. They both had 1 hit point left.
Uh-oh.
So, the little ice breath hits there and like it wrecks them. They're like, oh, and then you like fire off pew pew 2 magic missiles, and it hits both of them, and they're like, you see the same, and you're like, yeah, got him, and then like you're like, fuck, as they like start, the flame like pulls in, and then they explode, and as they explode, the vessel cracks.
Uh-oh.
And the fire kind of like spins out and like starts like taking on the form of like a person. And it comes out, like roars up, and then like steps on some of the icy parts and is like, son of a bitch. But you realize that in the large jars are fire elementals. And you now have a fire elemental who's not looking. So yeah, he's not looking great, but you've got one out there. Like, you're like fucking fuck. Bodor, your turn.
No, it's Edward again. It's Edward again.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. You guys are savage monsters, so you have
I have the big slow.
Like, you kind of have like a weaker, like the fire elemental doesn't look as big as it should be, but like still something to deal with.
Does he seem relative in size to, like, say, for example, like a smaller campfire?
No.
Okay.
It would not look relative in size to a smaller campfire. He would look like a walking fireman that's eyeball to eyeball with you.
Okay, so not the size of a small campfire. Okay.
Yeah, but he is a small elemental.
Can I use my druid craft to snuff out some of the fire that's still burning?
Sure. you can.
Well, that's one of the things that Druidcraft specifically does.
So, this giant... Let me just track this right. So, like, this giant roaring fire just appears out of a jar, and you're like, huh! Shh.
No. I was talking about, like, the other fires that are burning around, not the fire elemental.
Yeah, you can put out the smaller ones. Like,
okay.
You can put out the ones that are not Ignan guns. Like, not Magman guns.
Okay.
Yeah, so... Go ahead.
What about the ones that are, like, the Magman guts? Like, because that's magical fire. I have magical way to put it out. Does that balance? Okay.
Like a D20 roll, we're just going to do saving rolls.
Okay. Do I add anything to that? Okay, then that's just an 8 then.
Nope. But you feel it might work. You're like patting it down, but it's like coming up, but it's a little less each time. You're like magically patting it down.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
Okay. Bodor! He's like, are you a 1T?
That doesn't look like a 1T.
Fodor, it's a fire snake.
That doesn't help.
So he's a fire snake person.
And now I'm gonna start just slowly backing away, and I'm going to throw my water skin at it.
Fodor, it's a Wanti that also has fire.
Then I'm definitely throwing my water skin at it, and I am taking my full
How
movement action
How
away.
much does your water skin hold?
It's a standard water skin. I have no idea. Say
Gallon?
DM's discretion because it just says water skin in my inventory.
We'll say it holds a gallon of water. You fling this at it, and it hits, and it burns. As it burns, like the skin burns, it breaks, and you see like the water hit the fire, and like it like darkens for a minute, and then just flares right back up. But he takes a point of cold damage.
I take the rest of my movement speed away.
Okay.
Especially now that I am convinced it is now a Wanti made of fire.
You guys are all idiots.
Damn it!
All right.
I thought he hated them enough that he'd fight it, but apparently not.
Oh, you mistook fear for hate, sir.
I guess.
All right. Philidor, does 15 hit?
Me? Yes.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's gonna hit you for 3 damage, and you're gonna take 4 fire damage as well.
It's not a snake man. It's not a snake man.
What?
It's not a. I said, Fodor, it's not a snake. It's not a snake. It's a fireman. Please come back.
It reels back to take a second attack, but it's like it doesn't have a lot of energy. Like this thing is very, very drained. So it swipes at you the second time, but it's like very feeble, and nothing. It doesn't help. Nothing gets through. Like it's just kind of like the first one he had some juice behind it. The second one he's like.
Oh, that
so
was
now
close.
we're gonna go back to Tikto.
All right. I'm gonna have Watcher fly in again and hit him with another. Hit him with the Dragon's Breath because he can do that as his action every turn.
Okay.
So I need another dex save.
9.
That is a fail, so that's 3d6. That is 8 cold damage. And I am going to hit him with another magic missile.
Okay.
So that is 3 bolts of 1d4 plus 1. So that's 3, 3, and 4. Oh, that's nice. 7, 8, 9, 10. 13 force damage.
Okay.
And Watcher's going to fly back out of the building to a place where he can't be seen by the dude.
Okay. Edward.
Since my druid craft doesn't seem to be working so well, I suppose I'll
hit that bitch.
Sorry?
I said, hit that bitch.
Well, all right then. I suppose I'll use Ice Knife again. Does a 18 hit?
Yes, it absolutely does.
All right then.
Go ahead.
Well, he'll need a dex save.
10 to 13 total.
That is a failure. He'll take 7 points of piercing damage and 10 points of cold damage. And then I will use the archer's form to launch a radiant bolt of light at it as well.
Okay.
And that is, wow, 25?
To hit? I was like, that's insane damage. Like, no.
No, that is 8 points of radiant damage.
All right. This thing looks very, very wrecked at this moment. Fodor. Sorry, Edward, do you have any more?
No, that's everything.
Okay, Fodor, go for it.
Now it's the Fodors.
Yes.
Did you dash action away or did you just movement away?
I'm movement.
Oh.
Expedient movement. I don't think I specifically took a dash.
Didn't oh no, wait! It's not a snake! It's not a snake!
I only have 25 feet of movement, so it's not like I went very far.
Yeah. Come back.
My tiny legs can't carry me far enough from the fiery snake man. I guess I'm now cornered by the snake man. I will attempt to use my battle axe on what I perceive to be as a fire snake man.
Are you looking around, or are you just, like, hiding? Like, are you just, like, full-on panic swinging?
Where the dice go? I don't know if I'm fully panicked yet, but I'm probably getting pretty close.
Okay, did you rage? Have you raged?
Yep, I am not raging right now.
Okay. I would rage, but I'm busy shitting my pants.
I am too scared to be angry.
Can I rage shit? Here. Oh, God!
Does an 8 hit it? Apparently I am very scared.
No, an 8 does not.
Oh, fuck.
This is not good. Run away more!
Shit your pants, hide! Not in a manly way. All right. It is now the fire elemental's turn.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
I don't like this.
It is now cornered. It's really while it's closest in proximity to Fodor, it's really pissed at the little bird and the missile shooting.
The bird's not in the building. You can't see the
But
bird.
he knows you're connected to it. Like, he just knows bird hurts, you hurt. Fuck that guy.
Uh-oh.
And he, like, turns towards you.
I'm like ducking in and out of the doorway, by the way.
Yeah, but it's big. It's got enough movement. It can move 50 feet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We're
So
going, bro.
while it's doing, like, it's looking at you in the doorway, it, like, comes to the doorway and, like, is, like, touching everything, lighting everything on fire
Oh,
and
fuck.
going around. Like, now everything's on fire. It comes out to you, and it's trying to attack. It's going to try to hit you. Does a 10 hit you?
No.
Okay, well, how about a 23?
Fuck.
Yeah,
Oh,
shit,
no.
that does hit.
Chrono shift! Roll that shit again, bitch.
Natural 20.
God.
That was...
Well, chrono shift, I impose disadvantage, so it's still the 23, but...
Natural 20 again. No, it's 15.
Okay.
Does that still hit you?
It still hits.
Oh, chuck that. So you are going to take 9 points of fire damage.
Ow!
Yes.
Burns hurt. Wait, did you say it was a 15?
Yeah.
Shield. Oh no, I already used my reaction. Never mind.
I was just wondering, like when we're gonna go. You're fucking burned. Deal with
I'm
it.
fucking burned.
Yeah. You hear in the background, you hear the guy who hired you. He's like, Travis, being like, is everything okay? It looks
does it-
like you broke the big bottle.
Does it look like it's okay? And you didn't say anything about a big bottle.
I did. I said, be careful of the big bottles. Not to break them. I 100% told you.
Very well.
Okay. and then he's gonna yell, look, pull the blue cord. Then look at the ceiling and pull the blue cord if you can get to it.
Did you hear that, Fodor?
Tic-Toe, it's your go.
Oh, that's my go. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have Watcher do another flyby. So that I need a dex save.
Natural 1.
Yeah.
So apparently slapping the shit out of you, getting rewound in time, has discombobulated it. So it's just like standing there, like wondering why it's having trouble.
Ooh, that's a good roll. That's a 13 cold damage.
That is for its damage?
Yeah.
All right. It is like sputtering now. Like it's seriously like sputtering.
Well, guess what, bitch? Magic fucking missile.
Would you like some more of that, bitch?
So that's 2, 5, 9, 12 force damage to the face.
All right. You're just like pew 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 pew, and each time like little gouts of fire fly off of him, and he's literally like while he's still like full form, he's like sputtering now. Like seriously, like he's like flickering like a flame in a heavy wind.
I'm like, someone get the blue cord.
Edward.
Do I see a blue cord in there?
You can do a perception check, but I also would like you to point out that the creature is like it's extremely wounded.
Okay, so I guess I'll do a perception check to see if I see the cord. That's an 18.
Oh yeah, you see it. It's
Okay.
smack dab in the middle of the room, and when you look, it's like hanging down. Like the gnomes wouldn't have seen it because they're little, but like it's about human height, right about eye level, and you look up and there's this big, like bluish, like tarp type thing with like this swirling, like whitish, bluish liquid in it. Yeah, you'd have to get there. It's currently directly underneath, right over top a whole shitload of fire. Like, but if you want to walk into the fire and get it, you can do it.
I'll walk into the fire and do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're gonna take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And you pull the cord, and like the room, as you do, you hear like a pop as the string falls down, and like the room gets cold, and I mean like super cold, super fast, and all of a sudden this this suppression system that he built in just like crashes down, and like the whole room is like flash frozen. Everybody inside is going to take 10 points of cold damage as this room is just like flash. And the thing, the elemental just dies. But then all the fire goes out, and the weight of the magically created ice just like smashes everything. All the jars are broken. Everything is like just crushed under now the sudden like magical like ice that just fell. And honestly, I was really hoping you just hit it. It had 1 hit point left.
Oh.
So you could have walked up and been like, and it would have died. But like, I was really trying to like push you not to it. But yeah. So yeah, everything in this room is completely covered under like ice now. And he comes, and as you come out, you're like, he's like, oh God.
It's all right. Everything's fine now. Not only is there no evidence that these fire things were ever there because everything's flash frozen in there, but you can simply just make up a story about how someone accidentally pulled the cord. It's not really that bad.
guess you tried, and the deal's
You
a
said,
deal.
you said to kill the
Here's
things.
your gold.
You didn't say not to damage the merchandise.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
well, I mean, like, it's usually understood, but I mean, sometimes things get out of control. It is what it is.
Well, I mean,
I thought you were worried about the other buildings.
your stuff
getting
was either going to
damaged.
get lit on fire or froze at this
It's
point.
made of fire. Like, the fire is fire. It doesn't matter. Like, I had, you know what? It's fine. It's
No,
fine.
at least you
Travis,
didn't,
are you in-
At least you
I can
didn't
always
lose the
get more.
building.
What?
At least you didn't lose the building.
No, that would have dropped on it anyway. I was trying to save the merchandise. You know how hard it is to get stuff from the plane of fire.
Well,
Like,
maybe you shouldn't try and get stuff from the plane of fire if you can't seem to manage to handle some magma.
It was a good deal at the time.
Mhm.
It was a good deal. The guy said he had some stuff. It was worthwhile. You know what they can do. You know, it's fine. Fine. I appreciate your help.
We
Sorry
do
it
know
got
what
out of
they can do.
control. What?
Mhm.
They tend to light everything on fucking fire. If you haven't noticed, you brought things from the plane of fire into a room full of mostly
yeah.
wood and
That's
flammable
fine,
things without proper
you
containment.
You also know how much these alchemists will pay for fire elemental essence? We're talking platinum, son. Platinum. Tons and tons of platinum.
Well,
I mean, like,
One-
you can get one of them magmins into one of them machines that those artificers use that'll run for years. Like, you know, it's fine.
I
I'll
mean,
go
you should
back
just
and get some.
probably store them in not wood next time.
They were stored in fireproof glass. They're supposed to be. I mean,
so
okay.
let's be real. You dropped it, didn't you?
There's a chance I
Mhm.
maybe didn't think that you actually had to use fireproof glass. And I just thought, how often do you see glass burn?
I mean,
know-
how do you make things out of glass?
You melt it.
You use fire. You tried to put little lava men in regular glass bottles. Are you
Yeah.
No,
daft?
when you say it like that, it sounds stupid.
Yes. What do you think? Did you think he was trying to say you were very smart for trying to cut corners?
Let's just chalk this up
How
to
about-
a learning
How
experience.
about let's just
I
let's
think
just-
so.
let's just hand us the gold and I'll forget this happened.
Yeah, we won't say anything, especially to any guards, about negligent tiny lava manhandling.
You know, I would greatly appreciate that. Like that.
Yeah.
You know
Let's
what?
just
That's good. Here's your gold. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Sorry it turned out this way. Yeah. Remember, discretion is key. We talked about this. That's part of. No.
A deal's a deal.
Yes. No. Nothing to see here. You guys have a good day.
I'll
And then as he
remember
leaves-
you.
He gets inside, and as soon as he gets in his place, he starts like kicking over. And he's like, "Motherfucking son of a-" like you hear him just raging. Because honestly, he thought he was super clever. Yeah.
All right. I vote.
my dick got burnt.
See, so my vote is that Edward and I each get 34, and you get 32 because you ran away like a little bitch that in the beginning. But
He's like,
I
"That
mean,
was
that's
like
fair. I mean, you guys got magic. What am I supposed to
that
do?
was like the
It's
rain
the
on that
bonfire with an axe?
Yes. You're the face tank. You're supposed to face tank.
He's-
Should have picked a stupider face tank.
I can't. He's like muscle wizard cast fist. All right.
I should be a muscle wizard. I've got a 15 int.
All right. You guys trudge your burnt asses. Little shaken, a lot richer. Back to, I'm assuming the Tilted Chalice.
Yeah. I'm going
all
straight,
right.
straight for the bath.
Hold up.
I'm
You had
feeling.
a hell of a day, didn't you?
Yes. Yes, I did. I would like a bath. End of story.
Same deal as before. That's 5. You know, are you gonna be doing this a lot?
It seems like for a little bit at least.
I'm sorry, did you say 34 gold?
30.
Yeah,
You-
34, 34, 32.
Yep, I think that's fair.
And you.
Okay, 15 gold apiece for the week.
What did he charge us
Meals-
for one night?
Well, I mean, it's 5 for one night.
I was asking what he charged us for one night.
It was for all of you was 5 gold and 6 silver for one night. He's telling you now 15 for all of you.
Okay, so we each give up 5.
You know, fair.
I think we can split it 3 ways, 5 apiece. What do you think, guys?
He's like, throw in an extra gold and your bird can stay in the back.
You know it.
But yeah, you pay up front, 15 gold up front for the week. We'll see how it works, but right now looks like you guys are bad.
I'll hand them 6 gold for my portion and
Yeah.
Beard Nacious.
I will give him 5.
I give him 10.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and when I do so, I slide a portion of it and say, for my room, for Garrett's room, for discretion.
He's like, understood, as he stacks them all up. He's like, same thing. He's like, same rooms, all the same.
You know,
He's like,
I'm starting
well,
to think I need to have to talk with each of you.
hold up. I've got a few rules that I'm gonna put in place if all of you are gonna be here. You, we're fine. He's pointing to Edward. He's like, you were understood. But you two little shits,
What did I do?
no drinking tonight.
What? What?
You can do it in your room.
What?
Do not come down here
What?
and have any of that shit that you did last night.
What?
Know it was hilarious.
What did I do?
I
didn't do
don't
anything.
remember, but it must have been bad.
I mean, he started ranting about snake
listen.
people, but
Listen.
I don't normally do
There
that.
is a word called encouragement that sometimes is a bad thing. And I remember very, very clearly that you did not dissuade his snake person talk and instead encouraged it for your own amusement. And mind you, it was fun.
I did not.
It was
I did
fun.
not encourage it. I just wanted to know what the hell he was talking about.
I
Wait.
believe it's more of a
for a second.
tomato right now, and I feel that the story of a drunken lunatic assaulting just people on the street, let's not have that go again. So, if you want to
I
drink,
did hear
you do
about
it
that
in your
one.
rooms.
I did hear about that story.
Yes, it's in the Screamer all day. It's in the Shard Screamer front page. I mean, I like publicity, but not that kind.
Hey, any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, that's what you say until you get bad publicity. I'm just saying.
So, what happened? Because I remember the steak
You-
sandwiches and ale, and then I woke up and
So-
my mouth tastes like sandwiches and ale, and everyone is talking
You got-
about one tea, and I'm a little confused
So,
about last night.
Fodor,
You got
you got-
absolutely spaced, and we're convinced that this wizard here, Ticto, was a Wanti And you had me help investigate to see if he was.
And
I
then-
said maybe. And
and
then
then-
sent you off to the races.
And
you're
then,
like, those people over there I want to.
so
And then you got.
so in reality, you're the one that encouraged his behavior, not me.
I mean, to be fair, how
I'm
do
being
I
punished.
still, since I was drunk, how do I know my assessment that you weren't one T was even correct? I mean, you seem pretty nice. You're giving me a lot of sandwiches and being nice to my birds. So I'll give you an automatic pass, but
Both of you,
this
just
little
shut the fuck up.
bastard who
Don't
is
even look. We're not
trying to
gonna have
pass
any
blade
silly
back and
shit
forth.
tonight. will
I
tear
just
you
want
up in my-
sandwiches and sleep. I burnt my dick
Yeah.
today. I want a nap and a lot of sandwiches.
Right. And you'll drink in your room if you're gonna drink, right? Just for tonight. Let's have a quiet evening.
Yes, we can do that. I mean, you're letting me live here, so this is pretty cool.
Agreed. Yeah, at a fair price, mind you. Thank you.
Very fair.
And it is because you're fucking funny and entertaining, and I will tell you, it is enjoyable. But most of
We
the
can
time,
drink tomorrow, right? Just
oh
not
fuck
tonight.
yeah, absolutely. Like,
Fair enough.
but
Fine.
tonight, quiet night tonight. I want a quiet night tonight. You could suspicious and hypotheticalize about Wanty being everywhere, but not tonight. Tonight we're gonna have quiet. Mostly, I want my regulars to come back and not, I want them not to be scared away from crazy people choosing to be a snake people 2 nights in a row. It's just
You want
bad
the
business.
fun. You liar. You want it.
I mean, that sounds fair.
Listen, you little shit. You go upstairs, you take your fucking bath, eat, and take your nap. You can be a fucking weirdo tomorrow. But tonight is going to be a quiet night at the Tilted Chalice. Hopefully, but,
I just stare at him for a while, and then I'm like, "Fine, Dad," and then I stomp up the stairs.
What's an annoying... It's the bitchiest thing I've seen all day. I mean, but...
And then I prestidigitate to like floating middle finger spark.
He looks as he's looking at you guys, he's like, I'm not gonna lie, I like that guy. He's fucking weird, but I like that guy. Alright, so you guys you go in, you get your sandwiches, you drink, you pass out, whatever you decide to do for the night. I'm assuming you're calling it a day.
Yeah.
And taking your long rest. Edward, you have yet another night of fitful dreams. Ticto, you do not, because you are not in possession of the Fodor, again, you don't care. You gleefully stuffed yourself with sandwiches and got hammered, passed out. But Edward, you're in your quiet room, double locked, feeling very secure. And as you dream, the sky is pitch black overhead. You see, like, scrubs of trees and like a dirty, desolate gray landscape, and you see a crumbling, large black keep in the distance. And but unlike the last time, where you saw the pinpoint right in the center of the vision, this one is coming from the edges. The blackness is coming from the edges, and it's framing the sides of this keep, not the top, not the bottom, but the sides, as if it's coming out of it. It's an unsettling dream, but you believe you have an image of what this keep should look like. It unsettles you, and you wake up a few times in the middle of the night, like just covered in sweat, and it is the absolute antithesis of everything you are as a druid. And the fact that you could not see the sky unnerved you even more than the blackness itself. But you eventually fall asleep and have your full night's rest. And for that, I think we're going to end. I appreciate you guys staying with us. It's a little bit longer of an episode, but we feel we owed you that from missing on Wednesday. And I appreciate you joining with us, and look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.
All right. Thanks, guys. Good night. Remember to follow and subscribe or whatever. Look for our other social medias, and y'all have a good week.